This song goes out to the real MVP, slinging 1, 2, 3s.
For Teacher Appreciation Week, I choose Mrs. Pagano. I've had her 2 years, and she always goes above and beyond to help people understand the math. And even when her life is hectic, she still puts everything she can into the math class. So thank you, Miss Pagano.
For Teacher Appreciation Week, I wanted to recognize Mr. Burns for being a really positive teacher and for brightening my day every time I walk into his classroom. Thank you, Mr. Burns.
I would like to thank Mrs. Grady. She always made Spanish class so fun and enjoyable. I always looked forward to going to her class, and she really made me love the Spanish language. I'm so glad that I had her as a teacher, and I'm gonna miss her so much. I love you, Mrs. Grady.
Teacher Appreciation Week, I'd like to choose Mrs. Bailey as the teacher I'd like to thank, because she is by far my most favorite teacher I've ever had, and I have some of my best memories with her. And I gave her a stick of mine, a hockey stick of mine, and I signed it, and it is still up in her room to this day. And I just like to thank her for all the hard work that she does.
I just wanted to say thank you to Miss Winter in our elementary school. I wanted to say thank you because she allowed me into her classroom last year for my junior internship, and I learned in that classroom that I would love to become a teacher and that I love working with kids.
Ms. Taco, I just want to take this time to thank you. Thank you for being one of the best math teachers I've honestly had in a long time. I thank you for staying after school with me almost every week, and I'm so thankful I've gotten to have you as a math teacher for the past 2 years. Thank you for having such a great impact on my high school career, and I'm going to miss you.
I wanted to thank Mrs. Palmer because she has inspired me to do artwork as I am stuck home to keep me going, and I really appreciate that, and I hope that you are doing extremely well and you are very healthy.
I would like to recognize Mrs. Turk. I had her as a coach for field hockey. I had her for 3 years, and she always pushed me to do my best, and she always believed in me, always knowing that I would fulfill my potential, and always just pushing us as a team to be more successful. And I really just appreciate her for all she's done for me and the team, and I'm really gonna miss her next year.
Hi, Mrs. Johnson. I hope you're doing well. I just wanted to say thank you for an amazing 2 years of chemistry. Your class has made me not only more confident in chemistry, but in absolutely everything I do. After getting through organic chem, I feel invincible. And I just want to say I'm gonna miss you and your class tons next year.
I would like to say thank you so much to Mr. Horrigan, because this year math class was really meaningful for me, and I think for everyone. It was just very inspiring, and he always did his best to just really challenge us, but also he was really supportive, and yeah, I just want to say thank you so much.
I appreciate all the teachers in our school because they work really hard on what they do in school and online schooling, but most of all, I appreciate Miss Britt. I appreciate her because she works really hard on everything that she does for the students, and she makes every day a better day by showing positivity and always making the effort for the students' needs and helping and everything.
I want to thank my 4th grade teacher, Mrs. Moore, because when I moved to Queensberry from Montreal in 4th grade, she welcomed me into her classroom with open arms, and she made me feel included, and that really stuck with me because it helped to make me less shy and meet new people, and it boosted my confidence. So thank you very much, Mrs. Moore. I really appreciate it.
The teacher that I chose to thank is Miss Vedder, because she was always able to cheer people up and make people laugh in her class. So thank you for that, Miss Vedder.
Happy Teacher Appreciation Week. The teacher that I'm going to be shouting out is Mr. Henderson, and this is because he always had a fun way of learning that was different, like it was a different style, and he always inspired creativity. Thank you, Mr. Henderson.
I would like to honor one of my favorite teachers, Mr. Tether. You have become such an inspiration to me by having a true passion for your job and always being a positive role model for all your students. You have influenced me to never give up, even when I feel like things are getting too hard to keep going. I always look forward to waving at you in the hallways or just saying hi.
I hope to be able to inspire others the way that you have inspired me. So again, thank you for all that you do.
I would like to thank Mr. Calper for making my freshman year and senior year a fun and exciting learning experience.
I would like to send a teacher appreciation message to Miss Emily Metzger, who I like to refer to as Miss Metzger. I was in Miss Metzger's 10th grade class, and as a senior today, we are still extremely close. She's always there to help her students out, whether it's with chemistry homework or just things going on in their everyday lives. She's so supportive when it comes to going to athletic events, and she's always there to listen if you need someone to talk to. Thank you for everything you do for your students, Miss Metzger. I will miss you next year.
Like many other students, I found it difficult to pick just one teacher to thank. I would actually thank the entire art department if I had the time. However, I'd like to specifically acknowledge Mrs. Brewer and Mrs. Spath. Mrs. Brewer has really been an influential and constant person throughout my high school career. She's really helped me grow into the person I am today, so there's really not enough time to thank her for everything she has done for me and the school as a whole. Last year, I interned with Mrs. Spath in the elementary school, and that experience really opened my eyes to how much work and time an art teacher must be willing to put in for their students. I would like to acknowledge Mrs. Spath's unrelenting work ethic and her ability to make others smile.
Hello. So for Teacher Appreciation Week, I chose my 7th and 8th grade French teacher, Mrs. Peirce. Mrs. Peirce has had an impact on me because she encouraged me to be better at French. And when I was in 7th grade, she sent me this letter saying how bright and hardworking I was. So thank you very much, Mrs. Peirce. You will always be one of my favorite teachers that I've ever had.
One of the most enjoyable teachers to be around was Mr. Brown, the 8th grade English teacher. I don't know, he was just always a laugh. Very fun to be around. So, Mr. Brown, if you ever watch this, you're pretty cool.
I just want to give a quick thanks to Miss Bengal. She's very sweet, caring, and very honest. I can always go to her for anything that I need, and I appreciate everything she does for me. Thanks, Miss Bengal.
The teacher that I have chosen to recognize is Mr. Kaiba. Mr. Kaiba, your passion and love for mathematics does not go unnoticed, and your occasional sarcasm makes coming to math class one of the best parts of my day. Thank you for all that you do for Queensbury High School, and I hope that you and your family are doing well during this time.
When I think of a teacher I really appreciate, Mrs. Bondi immediately comes into my mind. She always found a way to shed a positive light on stressful moments in the IB program, whether that meant making me a cup of tea because I was really tired, or offering me some of the candy she kept fully stocked in the front of her room. I'll just always remember her for her thoughtfulness as a person. I'm really gonna miss you, Mrs. Bondi.